Are Dollar Tree supplements and body care products safe? Are they effective? And are they actually worth the money? So, this is going to explain how to read supplements and the skincare labels before buying any vitamins, minerals, lotions, oils, moisturizers, collagen products, magnesium, vitamin D, omega-3 supplements, yes, and other health related. I'm going to actually say any discount store. Why in the world am I being where we're talking about Dollar Tree and discount stores? This has been my research over the last week. I have seen this information pop up many times where somebody will show a product and, oh my gosh, what do we think about this? And then someone gets so excited. They're like, oh, mine's out at my store. I wish I could have it. Can you tell me more? Oh, then here comes the dive. The dive of whenever someone is asking questions, made the post, they become the subject matter expert in the product. Why are they the subject matter expert? Well, because the person who made the comment made them so. Yes. When you're asking someone for their opinion on a health related topic and they're giving you this feedback like they know exactly everything about subject matter expert. And then there's the FOMO. The FOMO is like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? There's this one that it's one bottle and people are calling this like the Dollar Tree Ozempic. Now that was quote unquote the Dollar Tree Ozempic. So, well, you know what? Let's dive in. Are Dollar Tree supplements and body care products safe? Are they effective? And are they worth the money? This has been one of the burning questions. Now, you're probably not going to get from me, do they work? Well, here's the thing. I would love to give you an opportunity after this for you to take a deep dive in the comments, or for those of you who are attending Monday Masterclass Live, this presentation, you get to ask me all your burning questions, and I'm so excited. And if you are in the precision metabolic reset, if you are inside that subscription group, yes, you've got to subscribe to be inside that group. And trust me, it is worth it because I've heard so. And if you're in there, then you actually get to ask me the even more deep dive questions. And yes, then we will go into, does it work? All the things. I cannot wait to answer those questions for you. All right. A lower price, it does not automatically mean poor quality. Bet you didn't think I was going to say that, right? But it also does not guarantee that a product is appropriate for your body. I feel like I just want to take this segue and talk about this person who is a really huge influencer of dupes on TikTok, but I won't because I will save that for another conversation because she would just really eat this up. All right. So we're going to learn lots of things. Okay. How to read a supplement facts label. Okay. It's the information on the back. It in a bunch of words. It also might be in what I call an ingredient deck. It might be where you see the name of the ingredient and then you see a percentage off to the side. Those are the things that we're talking about. I also want to uh, let you know that we're going to be talking about why serving size and the amount per serving size is going to matter. If if you're wanting to know how to identify duplicate vitamins and ingredients, this one kind of made me sad. It hit me really hard. when I was doing my research. I felt really bad for the people who already purchased that product and they felt super excited about it. So this video, we're going to talk about why the form of a nutrient may matter. This is my other favorite. It's my super favorite. You will hear me talk about this anytime we talk about supplements. We're going to talk about what third party testing can and cannot tell you. Okay. We're going to talk about how supplements may interact with prescribed medications that you got from your doctor. We're going to be talking about how some of these, you just pop into the store, you feel like it's the social media. You went to the digital waiting room, as I call it, and you got served digital platter, and you felt like they just answered all your questions. And then next thing you know, we are going to talk about how these can interact with your medications. Also, when you don't tell your doctor that you're on these, but you go and you have lab work done and your lab work looks skewed, and then they're confused because they're like, what in the world? Okay, are you taking any other supplements? Is there anything else we need to talk about? And you're like, yes. hmm So when you get your labs done, you want to make sure you tell your doctor about any supplement, cream, you name it. Okay. Thyroids, just be mindful that this is a replacement for your medical provider. This is not me telling you this is what you should do. This is not advisement from a nurse. It is always optimal to book an appointment and get those answers for your questions, for your body, for your system from someone who actually knows your medical history. All right, we're going to talk about lists, the difference between fragrance free and unscented. We're going to talk about what to look for when you have dry, sensitive, or irritated skin. These are where those the labeling can really just make you put the bottle in your hand, put it in your cart, and next thing you know, it's in the bag and it's in the back of the car waiting for you to be so excited to use it. We're going to talk about why natural doesn't always mean safe or gentle, how to compare cost per serving instead of this is where you're going to feel bamboozled. This is where the research was gnarly, and yeah, it's okay. We're going to talk about food-based ways to obtain common nutrients. I mean, like, what do we need to do at the Dollar Tree that we can't get from foods that we've got in the fridge, okay, or sitting on our countertop, okay, or in the freezer? And lastly, we are going to learn when personalized supplement guidance may save you money. All right, so we are going to dive right in. We're all going to silence our phones. Yay for that. Really quick, third-party testing. It supports confidence in identity, purity, potency, or manufacturing quality, but it does not establish that a supplement works. Yep. Just because it says third party tested doesn't mean my goal is not to convince you to buy more supplements. I know I don't get a single commission. We're not throwing anyone under the bus here. We are just talking about these discount stores. We're talking about Dollar Tree and shop there or don't shop there. But take this information and do with it what you will. And go to Dollar Tree, send corporate an email. Let it Let it allow you to feel how you feel. So, my goal is to help you to understand what you are already taking or recognize unnecessary overlap. Your liver does not need more of the one thing that you're already taking at the prescribed dose that you were already recommended. This is one of those like more is not always better. There are times when you can actually take too much and your liver just goes, oh, goodbye. And you wasted all that money, even if it's $1.25, $1.50. What are they up to, $5 or $6 these days at that store? Questions and making a more informed choice for your health and your budget. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to know that you did not spend $1.25, $1.50, or $5, or even $7? You could put that into your bank and save it and pay off a credit card. You never know. I see all these hoarders. They are self-identified hoarders on these Facebook pages that are devoted to Dollar Tree shoppers. And they're showing them their huge pantry full of products. Yay for them, but could it be something that's absolutely unnecessary on your shelf? All right. Unless you just want like bragging rights, but there you go. So if you need help with your supplements, perk your ears, turn up the volume, and let's have a conversation. My supplement clarity consultation, it is private. It is a 1 hour educational review designed to help you simplify your supplement routine. So during that consultation, we can review each and every vitamin. I mean, we are turning over everything. We're talking about what needs to be tossed in the trash. We're talking about what needs to be taken to the pharmacy to be disposed of properly. We're going to be talking about vitamins, minerals, herbs, powders, gummy, or wellness products you use. All of it. I want to know all the details. We're going to check for duplicate ingredients across multiple products. Yep. You will leave with a beautiful medication list that your doctor would be so envious of. Okay. We're going to discuss serving sizes, nutrient forms. We're going to talk about timing and quality. Boy, yes. If your doctor has prescribed you to take a medication at a specific time and you're not, let's talk about it. Let's dive right in. Nothing's punitive. Let's just talk about why is it so important. And then maybe you'll be like, oh, we're going to identify products that may no longer fit your goals. I mean, obviously, I've heard of people taking a sip of my water. I've heard them taking probiotics. I've heard them taking prebiotics. And these weren't things that their doctor even told them to do. They just wanted to do it. And I'm thinking, are you giving your body a chance for the natural flora to just like show up? I mean, that's maybe why your tongue is so the way it is with all the stuff that's on it, or maybe that's why things smell the way they smell and don't smell the way they smell. So, let's have a conversation. Like I told you, I'm a deep dive nurse. I love it. We're going to identify products that may no longer fit your goals, organize. We are going to organize those questions to take to your physician or your pharmacist. And will they love it that it is not a ginormous list of questions? Maybe three, maybe 1 to 3, right? Those are totally doable. We're going to discuss possible concerns related to prescriptions or health conditions. And how about this one? Help you stop spending money on products you do not need. Okay. The goal is not a larger supplement cabinet, like I said, unless you want bragging rights for being the one who went and wiped out the shelf so that no one else could get it. The goal is clarity, safety, confidence, and smarter spending. Seriously, there are billions upon billions of dollars spent on supplements, and there are billions upon billions of money wasted on supplements. Why are they wasted? Oh, I've seen them. I've seen the collagen that sat in the pantry of many a people that is just, it's 2026 right now, filming this. And there is supplements in there from 2023, 2021, just saving them in case they may need them. Oh, we're going to talk about when it's time. Remember the timeliness. This is not the save it for a rainy day stuff. I'm going to give you some information in the description. You are welcome to click on that and we will rock and roll with our video. Like I said, this is for general education purposes only. So, yes, do we want to learn something? Yes, hallelujah. Let's go. But it's not intended to diagnose, prescribe, treat, or replace dermatologist or other qualified healthcare professional that has their license that's not been revoked. All right. Do not begin, stop, or change medications or supplements based solely on this video. Please like and subscribe and share this class with someone who buys supplements or skincare products. Okay? Because I understand that the printed label in the front of the package, I mean, it can be so fun. All right. So let's take a look at what we have coming up next. All right, so let's begin with dietary supplements. Okay, when you pick a supplement bottle up, when you pick it up, do not make your decision based only on the front. The front, that's marketing. That's the stuff that I was telling you about. Zampow, Boom, the Zampow Boom, those are the things that are the search engine optimization. Those are the things that you would have probably searched for on Google or on whatever your search site is. Those are the things that they are going to put on the front of the label because they already know that you're asking for it anyway. So, ta-da, you ask and you shall receive, right? The information you need is usually on the back. So turn the bottle around and find what's called the supplement facts panel. Okay. The FDA requires dietary supplement labels to identify the serving size, the number of servings in the container, the dietary ingredients, and the amount of each ingredient per serving. The first thing to check is the serving size. This is important because the front of the bottle may advertise a particular amount, but you may need like 2 or 3 or 4 capsules to receive that amount. So let's say the front of the bottle says 1,000 milligrams. Okay. You're gonna know that, yeah, that's gonna seem like a really expensive supplement. Okay. So it is very important to check the front of the bottle, and that is the Zampound Bang. That is where we are going to feel so comfortable in knowing, we've got this. Okay. Here's an example. The front may say magnesium 400 milligrams, but the serving size may be 4 tablets. So if you assumed that one tablet contained 400 milligrams, you would misunderstand the product. This is where people in the comment section are just like, this is so great. I love what it does. And you're thinking, shoot, all these other people are spending $9 and here I am spending $1.25, right? So always ask how many capsules, tablets, gummies, or teaspoons equal one serving. Next, look at the amount per serving. Do not assume that a product contains a useful amount merely because the ingredient is listed. A product may contain a very small amount of an ingredient so the company can place the name on the front of the label. I talk about this a lot whenever I talk about essential oils. Whoop, you put a few drops of lavender in there, and it's like loving this lavender oil. It's got a few drops. What in the world are you going to do with this ginormous bottle with a few drops of lavender? You're like, Okay, I can kind of smell it. It's a little bit in there, but I've heard that lavender is so great when really you just spent a bunch of money for water, like tap water, not distilled water. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. So, whenever you are looking at the bottle, look at how much is the serving size, okay? Because I want you to look at the percent daily value. That percent daily value, that can help you understand how much of a serving contributes to a general daily intake target. But remember that your personal needs may differ based on your age, pregnancy status, diet, medical conditions, laboratory results, and medications. So more is not always better. Remember, we love our liver. Some people see 500% or 1,000% of daily value and think this must be stronger. This must be better. That's not always true because a higher dose can mean a higher risk of side effects or interactions. I had a client tell me, oh my gosh, the one that you gave me, let's just say was 500 milligrams, but I found one for 2,500 milligrams on this really popular website that starts with an A. And I'm like, okay, you do that. I think we're done here because that is an overdose. That is more than I recommended. No, thank you. Patient was 500. Okay, for this specific amount because I knew that it was third party tested. I already knew it passed my standards. But going over here to that other website, it's not third party tested. They sent me the information. I was like, absolutely not. No, thank you. This is not what I'm talking about. Please take the suggested that I was talking about for optimal results. Remember, more is not always better. A higher dose can mean a higher risk of side effects or interactions because the next place to look would be in the ingredient section. This is where you could find fillers, binders, coloring agents. If you're anybody who knows anything about red dye 40, ugh, there are ways to find natural red. Okay, there's so many. Do your research for sure. What about sweeteners? Why? Why does it need to be sweet? Is it because you'll agree to take it? You'll agree to do it? What if you're diabetic? And then you have to take so much of it to get the desired effect that your sugars are through the roof. What if it has gelatin? What if you need halal and it's got gelatin in it, right? What if it's not plant-based? What if it's, bovine based? What if it's got oils in there that we just don't need to be messing around with things with our cholesterol and things like that? I am not talking about polyphenols. Okay. Don't mistake that there. We're not talking about polyphenols. We're talking about some funky, weird oils. What about flavorings or sugar alcohols? And this is the one I see quite a bit. It's and in inactive ingredients. Why? It's because it makes the capsule bigger. Because if they came up with this little bitty teeny tiny thing and it said 1,000 milligrams, you'd be like, what? Because sometimes you see that ginormous pill and you're thinking, this is going to get the job done, right? Or wrong. Whatever you think. Let us know in the comments. Many inactive ingredients, they are used to make the tablet hold together, really. They can also protect the product. Yay for that, but do you need it? They can also improve the taste. Why? The vitamin C, I remember that back in the 80s and the 90s. Whoa, that was so gross. You had to swallow that thing so fast because that protective coating was so gross. Um, there's just so many ways that they have to create the capsule. I mean, are are vegan, some of them are gelatin. All right. So if you still need to know what is present, especially um, which I recommend sensitivities, celiac disease, dietary restrictions, or difficulty, I've seen them have gluten. I've seen them have wheat. I've seen other natural ingredients to also say or to include gluten. So to me, if you have celiac disease, what are they? What are the other natural ingredients? And I would love for someone to do research just like I've done. If it's third party tested, do you all see all that other, hobnob? It's not worth it to go through third party testing, all those ultra thousands of dollars to go, oh, hey, by the way, we're going to just toss in this crap so that we can make this capsule bigger. So, yep, we can call it third party tested. I would just be curious. All right. So if you're buying gummies, look at that added sugar because a gummy may seem easy and pleasant to take, but if you're taking several, can add up. I'm talking like your fiber gummy, your vitamin gummy, your calcium gummy, and you might look at the front of the label and it says just 5 grams of sugar on one of the bottles. Well, if you did 4 gummies, that's 20 grams of sugar. Are you kidding me? That's almost like your daily allowance, depending on if you're a man or a woman. And you just spent it all on your vitamin. It is also easy to accidentally treat gummies like candy, like, oh, let me just take another one of these. I'm just really feeling like this. Let me just take another one. That one was pretty good. Keep supplements away from children, okay? Even when the bottle looks colorful or the product tastes sweet, those little bitty livers, the children, they've got those little bitty livers and kidneys. We've got to save those. Okay. We don't want to be on dialysis for our kidneys and have some issues with our liver and have to detox. Okay. Do not judge a supplement by the ingredient name alone. Okay. You can look across this screen, and I'm sure some of these, and in fact, these are all recognizable products. Okay. But here is something that people often miss: the form of the nutrient can matter. Well, let's just take that magnesium, for example. Pour magnesium today. It's a great product, but you just got to know how to use it and which one you need to get. Because I've also seen in these social media platforms where somebody takes this type of magnesium when they really needed the other one, and they have they just have not so good results. Okay. So, and then, like they're going to go back and find the person who gave them that terrible advice. I don't know. Because there are different forms of magnesium. A bottle may contain magnesium oxide. What about magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate, or another form? There are a slew of magnesium, this and that. Okay. And those forms are not identical. They may differ in absorption, tolerability, intended use, wink, wink, and effect on the digestive system. Okay, let's just call it that. So, simply seeing the word magnesium in the front does not tell you everything that you need to know. The same applies for folate. If you have MTHFR, we need to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation, okay? Because you may see folic acid, folate, or methylated forms listed. Mm-mm. A person should not assume that everyone with an MTHFR variant must avoid all folic acid or automatically take high dose methylfolate. We need to have a conversation. And if you need to be tested for MTHFR, book your appointment with me. We will get it done. And there is a way to do it without even having to take any blood. Because genetics may help explain differences in nutrient metabolism, but genetic results should be interpreted carefully and in context, okay? Your genes, they are information. They are not permission to begin mega dosing supplements without guidance. Vitamin D, that's another one. It can be useful when it is appropriate, but the dose that is right for one person may not be appropriate for another. Your current blood level, like kidney function, calcium balance, medical history, other medications, and other factors, they matter. Okay. Someone online may say, if you are tired, take iron. Iron can be important for someone who needs it, but it can also be harmful when taken unnecessarily or in excessive amounts. Hello, liver. Hello, kidneys. Okay. This is why symptoms should not be treated with random bottles. Symptoms should lead to questions. And those questions, they may lead to an evaluation, a more lab test, nutrient changes, or a conversation with your healthcare provider because you may think that you need something when actually your body is going, get that as far away from me as possible. I think I want to go over this information um, because I just want to say that I love that more people are paying attention to their health. Okay. I love that people are reading labels. We're going to get to third party testing here in just a second. But I just want to say that I love that people are looking for affordable ways to care for themselves. And that's a good thing. But affordability and value, they are not always the same thing. Something can cost only a few dollars and it can still be a fat waste of money. If it does not even contain an appropriate dose, it doesn't fit your needs, it duplicates something that you already take or causes irritation. If you are having a skin issue, tell the dermatologist what are taking and what you have recently added, okay? And on the other hand, an inexpensive basic moisturizer or a simple supplement, it may be the perfect, it just may be so perfect. Is it cheap? The question is, does this product make sense for you? Here are three questions that I want you to remember today. Okay. Number one, what is in it? Number two, how much is in it? And three, is it appropriate for me? Yep. Those three questions, they apply to both supplements and skincare products. All right. I think that's so important. I just wanted to make sure you felt like I wasn't bashing anything, but we're just having a valuable conversation here. Let's talk about what third party testing does and does not mean. Dietary supplements, they are regulated differently from prescriptions and over the counter medications. Lots of dollar bucks are in between these two phases here. And the phases do not intersect. Okay. You've got prescriptions and you have over the counter medications, even though you may see them both in one brick and mortar building, even though you may see both of them on a very popular website that starts with the letter A. Okay. Manufacturers, they are responsible for product safety, truthful labeling, and appropriate manufacturing. But supplements are not generally reviewed by the FDA for effectiveness before they are marketed. That is one reason independent verification can be so valuable. I want you to get used to these initials, USP and NSF. You may see seals from organizations such as the USP or NSF. One thing I'm going to tell you is when someone is messing with a third party tested product and one of the ingredients is from the NSF or the USP and it's mixed with another thing, boop, it goes right back to it's got to go back to the drawing board. Okay. I've seen this in things, especially these MLMs, and I'm like, why? Why did you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Different certification programs have different standards. So the presence of a seal does not answer every single question. But independent testing, it may provide additional assurance about the identity, the potency, the purity, the contaminants, or manufacturing quality, depending on the program. Here is the distinction that I want you to remember. Third-party testing may help tell us whether the product contains what the label says it contains. I call that efficaciousness. If you've ever been in any of my supplement clarity calls and we talk about the efficaciousness, that's it. Now, it does not prove that it does not prove that you personally need the product. It's efficacious. It does what it says it's going to do, and you're going to be like, yep, then I need it. Okay. Because it doesn't automatically prove that the supplement will accomplish every marketing claim made on social media. It will not. It's just, it doesn't mean that it's going to do what you, something else is going on. And I wished that you all would ask more questions because I cannot dive in to the social media streets. I cannot dive in to the digital waiting room and just come in and just go, that is ridiculous. That you're going to send this person into renal failure. You're going to, and you're thinking, well, why wouldn't you advocate? Well, why wouldn't you ask? If you are in these digital waiting rooms and you are looking for free information, you will get what you pay for. And no, those people, they're just telling you out of the kindness of their heart. They're giving you this information because that's what helped for them. I'm telling you that just because the social media streets are telling you something does not mean that you have to follow it to the Dollar Tree or the discount store and get that exact thing because it made someone lose weight. It made someone's hair not fall out. I'm telling you, these people are not telling you all that they're doing. They're just wanting to look super, super cool that they found a product and they want to get lots of likes. Get it. It is like this weird popularity contest in these Dollar Tree rooms. Quality and appropriateness. Those are two separate questions. You can have a high quality product that is completely unnecessary for you. And you can also have the correct type of supplement in a poor quality product. We need both questions in product. And is this the right product for me? For those people that are in my subscription program, you Supplement Clarity program free each month. You automatically get to send me any products that you want me to look at, and I do. And I give you the information, and it is wonderful. And you can also tell your doctor. I will have questions for you, and you can present that to your doc. It's now when you are at the Dollar Tree, the Walmart, a health food store, a pharmacy, or shopping online, do not only on the price or the front label promise. And yes, ladies that are in menopause, honey, I'm talking to you too. I hear you. You're on the struggle bus. You have normal labs and you are still feeling some kind of way. Let's have a conversation. I am a multi state licensed registered nurse. Let's have a conversation. Let's get that deep dive done. Now, going back to the supplements, look for the complete supplement facts panel. We've already talked about it, but remember, if it's important, I'm going to say it twice. You want to look for a clearly stated serving size. Even if it's not in this cute little thing with all the lines on it, with all the percents on the other side, okay? You want to know the amount of each active ingredient. Oh, you want a lot number. A lot number is nice. And trust me when I tell you, if you cannot read that lot number, do not buy it. Do not take it. That lot number needs to be so visible. It's typically on the side of a box. It might not be on the bottle. It might be on a box. So if it comes in a box, that law number is going to be very special in this white space, and it's going to be in black. If it is blurred out or anything like that, do not send it back. Tell your doctor that you're sending it back. You're like, nope, I can't read the lot number. Okay. An expiration or the best by date, they may call it BBD. And then, or use by date, that's got to be provided. And it can commonly be on a black lid in yellow and super faint. Same thing applies that if you cannot read it, don't take it. Okay. That safety seal, that's got to be intact. When you open it up, if it looks like there used to be this foil seal on top and it's not there, take a picture, send it back. Okay. If it used to have cotton, if you have capsules, you will more than likely see one of those little that keep the moisture out of the product, or it has cotton. If it is a capsule and it does not have that little safety packet or some cotton inside and everything's stuck together, do and all those capsules are stuck together, take a picture of it, don't take it, send it back. Why? Because some of those inactive ingredients could have been activated, especially when we're talking about a probiotic. So by the time you took it and you scraped the I don't the residue on the bottom of the bottle, I don't know what people do. You don't know how much you're taking. Yeah, no, no, no. You need a manufacturer or distributor with identifiable contact information. It is more likely going to say questions and it's going to say 1-800 blah, 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 or this, you know, this really long phone number. There you go. It could have a website, but remember, that's contact information. Okay. It's got to have that on there. Who made it? And also, when available, a reputable independent quality verification will be smacked probably right on the front of it or right on the side, or maybe conveniently located right next to those facts. Okay. Inspect that package. If it's a blister pack and there is this area that just looks super swollen on the blister pack, don't take it. Do not purchase it if the safety seal is damaged, if the bottle is leaking, if the label is unreadable or the product appears improperly stored. If you get a plastic bottle and that thing looks super swollen, don't just think, "Ooh, you know what? Where I live, it's so hot." Yep, that that product probably just needs to take its time to come back down to room temperature. No way, baby. What's inside might already be tampered with, and then you could be taking a product that is just dead inside or ruined or rancid, really. Um, I do want to talk about supplements and medications and how they can interact because this is one of my most important sections of today's class because this is the stuff that you're not going to get in those digital streets, okay, the digital waiting room. Supplements are not automatically harmless because they are sold without a prescription. The National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, they warn that supplements may increase or decrease the effect of medications. They may cause side effects and or interact with prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. If you're taking something that's your blood pressure medicine, your kidney disease, your um if you're on a hormone replacement therapy and you're taking something else, trust me when I tell you that this matters. What if you're taking a blood thinner or a thyroid medication? Yikes! Imagine the hormone changes that you could have going on just from this dollar and a quarter product. If you're taking diabetic medication, those are expensive, by the way. You really don't want to take anything that's going to interact with that. Antidepressants. What if your antidepressants aren't working, but you're not telling your doctor that over here you're taking this X, Y, and Z supplement that you heard about because someone had this really great presentation in the digital waiting room about how it helped them. Okay. I love a good natural product, but we'll get to that. What about sedatives, seizure medication, cancer treatment, hormonal medication, right? Or what if you're taking multiple prescriptions and that's wild days, especially if you have liver disease, kidney disease, a bleeding disorder, thyroid disease. Oh, just thinking about the risk for stroke. I'm just so many things coming up. What if you have an upcoming surgery, pregnancy, breastfeeding, or a history of reactions to herbs or supplements? Bring a full list of everything you take to your healthcare appointment. Everything. Remember, I provide this really nice, easy to scan. It goes right into your doctor's medical record system, no matter what kind they have. It goes right in there and it's wonderful. Um, I don't know. I just think that this is just wild days that um, when you're taking something like these over-the-counter supplements, it could be affecting other like vitamins and minerals and herbs. Um, I mean, like so many other things that it could be counteracting with. If you feel like you need to do an herbal tea, or powder or a gummy or a protein or sleep products, CBD, anything that you take occasionally, it doesn't matter. That stuff your doctor wants to know. They will have that in a specific section. I know that probably annoys the medical assistant that has to just type all that stuff in, but you know what? It's in there. It's in there. PRN, which means as needed, or however often you take it. If you feel like you take CoQ10 and you feel like you're taking it every single day, tell them about it. Even if it came from the Dollar Tree, even if it was that weight loss supplement that you heard about on Facebook and you went to the Dollar Tree and you got it, let your doctor know. Okay. Just give them a call, or if you have that digital um access to your medical records and you can add it, there you go. Your physician and pharmacist, they cannot identify possible interactions if they just don't know what you're taking. Natural doesn't always mean risk-free. Okay. Herbs containing biologically active compounds, we know what those are. Do you? Right? This is one reason that they can have these weird effects and these side effects and interactions that you're just like, okay, was it my prescription medication or was it this new thing that I added? All right, y'all, we are going to end this thing. We're going to circle it around. We're going to land this plane. We're going to talk about how to read body care or skin care labels. Now, let's move forward. Those Dollar Trees, they carry lotions, soaps, cleansers, scrubs, oils, creams, those masks, those shampoos, deodorant, and so many other personal care products. Again, inexpensive does not always mean bad, but you need to know what you're buying. And this is cosmetic products must have ingredient labeling. and ingredients are generally listed in descending order of predominance. Although, I mean, there are exceptions for ingredients that are present in lower levels, and that's more likely because this glob of ingredients may just be just like super scant amount. And so they're like, "Meh, we'll just kind of just toss it at the end." Okay? Whatever's at the end typically is like you you barely got any of it. And if the first ingredient is water, yep, those first four ingredients, that's a majority of your product. And if it doesn't say distilled or sterilized water, you can possibly imagine it being tap water. Because trust me when I say when a product goes all the way through the appropriate measures and says distilled water, they're gonna brag about it on their ingredient deck. Okay. So this means that the ingredients near the beginning of the list usually make up more of the product than the ingredients near the end. So if a lotion advertises cocoa butter, aloe, vitamin E, or shea butter on the front, I want you to turn it around and see where that ingredient appears. Okay, so let's just say that the back, the very last ingredient says shea butter. Okay, right? So if it's near the bottom, there may be only a small amount. So that doesn't automatically make the product bad, but it does help you understand whether the front of the label is telling the whole story. So for basic dry skincare, you do not necessarily need to take a long list of exotic ingredients because often a simple product with a helpful moisturizing ingredient can work well. Well, let's dive into some. Ingredients commonly used to support dry skin. These may include mineral oil, petroleum. I'm not a super big fan of petroleum, but you all take a look, see if that is something that is, if you're a fan of. I am not a fan, especially if you have plaque psoriasis. But do your research. Glycerin, ceramides, dimethicone, hyaluronic acid, shea butter. I love hyaluronic acid. I really think it's this really nice bubble. I talk about it being like where you would take like a water balloon and you would fill it full of water. Hyaluronic acid would be the balloon in the situation. Super duper love it. So, there's also these things called other emollient or occlusive ingredients. But you don't know what those are, right? So we're just having the conversation. So different ingredients work in different ways. Some actually attract water, and some often they will soften the skin. That's great. But do you want to soften the skin? Or are you trying to dry things out? Okay. Some help reduce water loss by creating that protective barrier, like the hyaluronic acid that I was talking about. The best product depends on your skin type. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it also depends on the problem that you're trying to address. So just because something says the most hydrating, do you want something that's the most hydrating or do you want something that's got a protective barrier? I don't know. You decide, right? Diving into the fragrance free does not mean the same thing as unscented. If you have dry, sensitive, eczema prone, or easily irritated skin, the American Academy of Dermatology recommends choosing gentle, fragrance free products. The word unscented can mean that fragrance ingredients were used to mask another odor. So it is not the same as fragrance free. That's important because a product may smell like nothing and still contain fragrance related ingredients. Fragrance is not automatically harmful to everyone. Many people tolerate fragrance products without difficulty, but fragrance can cause irritation or allergic reactions in some people. So if your skin is sensitive, itchy, cracked, inflamed, or affected by eczema, fragrance free may be the safer place to begin. Also, be cautious about assuming that botanical or plant based means gentle, because there are sometimes it can be irritating and it can sting. Because plant-based ingredients and essential oils, they can also trigger irritation or allergic reactions. Poison ivy? Did you know that's natural? Poison ivy. That doesn't make it skin friendly. A natural label is marketing. Your skin's response is what matters. Always test it on a very small, vulnerable area. Typically, it is when you take and you can see your palm and you can look at that large area of skin between your elbow and your wrist. Typically, they will tell you to put a small amount there. All right. So, what to consider avoiding on irritated or sensitive skin? I don't like making this giant fear-based list of ingredients that everyone must avoid. The same ingredient may be well tolerated by one person and irritating to another. But there are situations where caution absolutely makes sense. If your skin is already cracked, dry, inflamed, or sensitive, consider avoiding strong fragrance, harsh physical scrubs, products that burn or sting, aggressive exfoliating acids. Uh, just just use those not as frequently or not at all. High alcohol products on dry or damaged skin. Ouch, all day long. Ouch. Any products containing ingredients I've that you have used that have previously caused you a reaction. Okay. You may not know because maybe was it this or was it that? Remember, a vulnerable area in that section that I was telling you about, use a small dot of that, whatever it is, and try it. And don't put it near your face. Okay. I don't want you having any major moments of not being able to breathe. So more scrubbing is not always more cleaning. If your skin barrier is damaged, aggressive scrubbing can make the irritation worse. Your skin is not a kitchen floor, and it does not need to be stripped. It doesn't need to be polished. Gentle cleansing and regular moisturizing, they are often more useful than constantly adding new active ingredients. Okay. If you have acne prone skin, look for products labeled non-comedogenic or oil free. Understanding that no label can guarantee that every person will respond the same way. Okay. No label can guarantee that everyone will respond the same way. So the Academy, American Academy, sorry, of Dermatology, they recommend considering these labels for acne-prone skin and choosing fragrance-free products if you have sensitive skin. One thing that we were always told is always assume that someone has sensitive skin until otherwise told. That patch test, okay? Before putting a new product over your entire body or your face, especially when you have sensitive skin, do a patch test for it. Apply a small amount to a limited area according to the product instructions, okay? Watch for redness, itching, swelling, burning, rash, blistering, or a worsening irritation. The American Academy of Dermatology recommends testing skincare products before widespread use, particularly when someone is concerned about sensitivity or reactions. Please stop using a product if you experience a concerning reaction. Okay. Seek medical care before the swelling, breathing difficulties, widespread hives, blistering, or other signs of serious reaction. Okay. And remember that hypoallergenic, natural, clean, or dermatologist tested does not guarantee that your skin will tolerate a product. Your own history, it absolutely matters. So, natural ways to get nutrients. We talked about this in the super very beginning. Seems like a million years ago. I get it, but if you are listening this long, we're invested at this point. So let's go ahead and dive in. Supplements are meant to supplement. They are not meant to replace a healthy eating pattern. When people, so when possible, really, um, just begin with food, right? If you can. So vitamin C, it can be absorbed in foods such as citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, broccoli, tomatoes, right? Magnesium, it can be found in beans, lentils, pumpkin seeds, nuts, whole grains, and leafy vegetables. Omega-3 fats can be found in salmon, trout, sardines, chia seeds, flaxseed, walnuts. Folate, it can be found in leafy vegetables. It can be found in beans, lentils, avocados, and fortified foods. Protein, it can come from eggs, fish, poultry, meat, dairy products, beans, lentils, soy foods, and other plant proteins for sure. So food provides more than one isolated nutrient, which is awesome, right? It may also provide protein, fiber, healthy fats, antioxidants, and other compounds, which is free. It's in your food, right? So that does not mean that supplements are never useful, okay? But supplements may be appropriate when there is a documented deficiency or this increased need or restricted diet. If you have absorption concerns, remember we were talking about MTHFR, pregnancy related needs, you might need more of those other things that we were talking about. Medication related issues where it may deplete this and you need to supplement with that because it is going to be more than you can ever chew the food or drink the drink in a day. And, there's other reasons, but, we've already, we don't need to go to medical school here. So the point is not that never take supplements, okay? Because the point is know why you're taking them. Here is the bonus material that I didn't tell you about, but here it is. Okay, this is the bonus material, right? This is that Dollar Tree value check. Here is a simple value check you can perform in the aisles. First, compare the amount per serving. Second, compare the number of servings per bottle. Third, compare how many pills are required for one serving. Fourth, compare the nutrient form. Fifth, look at added ingredients. Sixth, look for the quality information. Seventh, check the expiration date and package condition. And eight, ask whether you need the product at all. A bottle that costs $1.25 but lasts 10 days may not be a better value than a more expensive bottle that lasts 2 months and has all the efficaciousness of the world. Calculate the cost per serving, not just the price that's on the shelf. Think about consistency. A complicated plan with 12 bottles may be harder to follow than a carefully chosen plan with 3 or 4 products. Your supplement cabinet should not look like you are preparing to open a pharmacy. It should just make sense. So, if you are wondering how my supplement clarity consultation helps, my goal is not to convince you to take more supplements. So, yay for that. My goal is to help you understand what you already have and whether your current routine makes sense. So, during that 1 hour educational consultation, we review just yours, your supplements. We review them together. We look at the product name, the serving size, the nutrient form, all those things that I was talking about, the amount per serving, the reason you're taking it, the quality information, possible duplications, timing. We're also going to question that we may need to go back to your physician or pharmacist and ask some questions, okay? I will help you with those because sometimes a person is taking 3 products that all contain vitamin D. Sometimes several products contain the same B vitamin. And sometimes 2 sleep formulas contain overlapping ingredients. And it's like, why? Why? Right? Sometimes a multivitamin already contains the nutrients the person is purchasing separately. So why would you add it? And sometimes a person is taking something because an influencer recommended it. But they cannot identify a clear reason it belongs in their plan. So when I have questions about a possible medication interaction or a medical concern, I help organize those questions into a list that the client can take to the appropriate healthcare provider. I do not independently stop prescribed medications. I do not tell someone to ignore their physician. I help them become more prepared for the conversation. For some people, genetic nutrition testing may also provide educational information about how genetic variations can influence certain nutrition related traits. But genetic testing does not replace medical evaluation, but it can be a big helper. So it should not be used to frighten people. No, we're not. I'm not in the business of scaring. I'm in the business of educating. Okay. The purpose is clarity, not fear, no hype, no bigger cabinet, super, super clarity. Okay. So let's review what we learned today. Do not judge a supplement or skincare product only by the front label. Turn it around. Read the serving size. Read the amount per serving. Read the other ingredients. Look at the nutrient form. Look for quality information. Check the package and expiration date. Ask whether the product duplicates something you already use. Ask whether it may interact with your medication or health conditions. That's a big one, right? So for skincare, look at the ingredient list. Remember, that fragrance-free and unscented, they are not the same thing. Patch test any new products. And do not assume that the natural automatically means safe or gentle. Most importantly, please ask, what problem am I trying to solve? Do I have a clear reason for using it? Does this product make sense for my body? Is it truly saving me money? Or am I spending money on hope without enough information? You do not need the most expensive product on the shelf, but you do deserve a product that is appropriate, clearly labeled, safe for your circumstances, and worth the money you are spending. My goal is to not fill your supplement pantry. My goal is to help you make smarter choices. Because a bargain is only a bargain when the product is useful. So thank you all for joining me for Monday Master Class. If you have a cabinet full of supplements and do not know what you need, what overlaps, or what questions you should ask your doctor, visit Self-Care University OK and learn more about my supplement clarity consultation. You can also schedule a free 20-minute introductory conversation with me. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also share it with someone who shops for supplements or body care products based only on the front label. Until next time, remember, read the label, ask questions, spend wisely, and choose what fits your body, not simply what fits the trend. I'll see you all next at the next Monday masterclass, which is every single Monday at 4:30 Central Standard Time. You all have a great day.